Rrsp Ride Sharing Company ARASA.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று The Rrsp Drivers ஆப்பினை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4,000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் Rrsp இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகைப் பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை. 416-854-0005. Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, we can feel like the third quarter in our side. The fourth quarter I can say, but if we divide by 4 months time, the last part is starting up right now. In that case, we still have time to make money, guys. We had to get ready today. Today I sent the message to you guys. Today I'm going to talk about how we can take advantage. But we can take advantage of the interest rate changes. Interest rate changes. You may think how we going to take advantage. Interest rate changes is one of the negative effect for the real estate industry. But we cannot control only certain things. Certain part of the life we cannot control it. Bank of Canada's decision. Even Bank of Canada's decision, around 9:15, I was checking it, whether I want to make sure before I tell you guys, government can involve the Bank of Canada's decision, just so no answer. Even Bank of Canada, even the Google doesn't give me the right answer with the Bank of Canada's decision. Bank of Canada's decision, no, Bank of Canada is a crown corporation, is a government corporation, but Bank of Canada's reserve fund decision, Parliament also having a limited authority to control, but we all know the Parliament is controlling it, but Parliament also having a limited authority to control the interest rate changes. In that case, as a regular civilians, what we can do, we cannot control whatever happening. We can only take advantage of the situation, and we can only use whatever is out there for us. Commenting is not going to help. Then we're going to talk about the interest rate changes, which sector is going to help us. I got the chance. Kanan booked me. Kanan, my son-in-law, he booked me the real estate investment trust meeting at the Toronto Convention Center. It's a huge big event. It's an expensive one. The ticket's over $650 per person. I got the advantage and see what is going on the rental market, and compared to the world market, how is the Canadian market for the rental side, and the real estate investment trust, how they're controlling the apartment. I will share with you guys whatever I learned that one. As usual, before we go, I want to wait everybody to join in. Now it's only 9:34. We already have 65 members today. That's a good thing. And some agents sent me some questions. Then first 10 minutes, I always give some time for everybody to join in case somebody come late. They don't want to miss that one. Usually I go for $1 million question. Today I go for only the $1 million question. I always ask to tell you guys, our life is controlled by us, nobody else, not the market, nothing else. How are we going to put our mind? How are we going to have our discipline? How are we going to act every single day for our thoughts? How are we going to think every day we want to be millionaires? That's going to happen, guys. Universal energy going to give us. Okay. Anyway, I want to make use of your time. And first, some agents sent me the message. One of the agents sent me last night. And even he called me this morning too. He want to buy himself for an investment property. Silvana, do you think it's the right time to buy the investment property, or can I wait? No one knows where is the bottom and where is the high peak. But at the same time, just in my side, the interest rate changes we're going to discuss today, but this interest rate changes and everything's there. If you want to buy for the investment property, my answer I'm going to give him. I told him I'm going to give the answer. Investment, the two kind, we are buying the residential properties. One kind, residential property, we are walking in, we fall in love with the property, kitchen, bathroom, the landscaping, and what are the features you're looking for. We fall in love with and buying from the heart. That's for the residential property to live in. Investment property, we're going to calculate. I'm going to come to the cap rate also today. We're going to calculate the cap and everything, and we're going to buy with using the head and buy the property. Even some investors doesn't even look at the property. They are going with the paperwork. How much money you can generate. That's the part I'm going to touch for today. Take advantage of the interest rate increase too. But my answer to our real estate young agent, if you want to buy something, yes, you can bargain. You are buying for yourself. Don't fall in love with the properties, and do a good bargain. And the second thing, the money. Money today, the money capital value is increased because the Bank of Canada interest rate increase mean borrowing power. You had to pay lots of money compared to last January, February, and right now. 0.25 to 3.25 bank interest rate. That's mean extra 3% interest we're going to pay. That's a huge big of money. In that case, you have to have a chunk of money yourself. If you have more money in your hand, yes, answer the question to my agent. Yes, you can start to bargain. But if you are buying for yourself, don't fall in love with the property just to put the bargain and look around and what other properties stay in the market. The sellers are desperate to sell, and this is the right time. You don't need to wait too long, but you have to feel like the market is going downwards category. Then we had to make use of take advantage. Yes, investment property is a good time to buy. I would say good time to buy. Market may go a little bit drops more too, but we don't know that part. But as long as you compare with the last year, 2 years, and you have a good bargain, 20%, 25% price bargain, compared to those days, why not? You can buy, and that's gamble. You don't know the last bottom part. Another agent sent me the message, Silvana, I'm new to this industry and I started only 6 months ago. Can you go through a few minutes, only breaking your schedule and go through for the first time buyers benefit? That's going to be a good refreshment for other people's too. Then I'm going to go through, guys, for a not too long. I don't miss the topic today, but what are the first time buyers benefit? Because the reason the market is changing, the first time buyers who was waiting for all this time, they are looking to buy. They are looking to buy at this time. Whoever was missing, I can't afford the house in Canada. That time changes right now. That changes right now. Everybody going to be afford the houses right now. All the real estate salespeople, whoever you're doing part-time and everything, do your marketing with the buyer's market. Go out and do the buyer's market and the investment market. You will have a chance to sell some units. Okay. The first time buyer's benefit, I go through with a very short period of time. We can clarifying as a 3 different levels first time buyer's benefit, because we are living in the country have a 3 different governments: provincial or municipal government, provincial government, and the federal government. Yes, all level of government are helping us to buy the property. All level of government are giving us the chance to own your property since 90s. Since 90s, they don't build too many apartment buildings for the rental. They are building the condos. That means they are giving the ownership to you. This is the best time. Everybody want to own the place. Canadian government policies and US government policies. You own your own apartment rather than rental one. Okay, I'll go through the government benefits. What are the benefits is available? Hopefully that agent who asked me, he will be in the meeting and he'll make the note. I didn't tell. He asked me to explain by himself. I said I'm not going to explain to you alone. Come to this room. Hopefully he will be there. Okay, I'm going to go through the federal benefit, provincial benefit, and the municipal benefit. Okay, the federal benefit always the big one. Federal benefit, as you all know, RRSP, Registered Retirement Saving Plan, RRSP. The government introduced the RRSP in 1957 and onwards. And the RRSP money, government want you to save the RRSP money as a tax shelter, or you deferring the tax to the future rather than you paying the tax. That's one of the tool. That's one of the avenue for the RRSP. You buy the RRSP and postponing your tax, deferring your tax to the other time. But when you buy the houses, the government of Canada introduced RRSP. First, they started with 20,000. You can withdraw 25,000. Nowadays, you can withdraw up to 35,000. And they are bringing the new plan for next year. RRSP tax, different kind of tax-free saving for the first home buyers. But we forget about that one. That's for the next year. Nowadays, RRSP, your clients can withdraw up to 35,000. Say, for example, father, mother, and the daughter want to buy, 3 peoples. You can see 35,000 each, $105,000. They can withdraw it from the RRSP without paying any taxes. That means the tax saving, the tax refund they receive for $100,000, already $30,000 to $40,000 based on the tax bracket. But still that money, they can use it for the houses. RRSP side, there is a gray area for some people think RRSP only one person can withdraw. Totally wrong. How many people sign the title? They all can withdraw the RRSP. $35,000 RRSP, they can withdraw it and buying the property. Each individual can buy. Yes, you had to repay. The repay back for the RRSP, that's not a repay back. You withdrawing and you are not to paying the taxes. You are filling up the RRSP for another 15 months. That's not a really repayment one. You are making for yourself again for the RRSP, government encouraging you. That's the wording they are calling it the repayment. But you have to start to pay back 150 divide by 15 and paying back. If you have withdraw $15,000, you are paying back after third year only $1,000 as an income. Okay, the RRSP is one of the best benefit for the RRSP for the first time home buyers. Second thing, federal government side, $5,000 tax credit. $5,000 tax credit translate to $750 tax refund. If the government give you something, there are two kinds. Either they give you as a credit or they give you as a grant. If they give you as a grant, that means whether you have an income or you don't have an income, you get the money from the government. That's a grant. If the government give you as a credit, you are a working person, you already contributed the tax, federal tax, and they give you whatever the tax you paid as a tax refund. If you don't pay the tax, if you are from the welfare, you are buying the house, you don't have any the taxes, then you don't get any money. But if you are an income person, you're showing the income, and when you buy, you are getting the credit for the federal side only, not the provincial side. Federal side only, you are getting the credit of the 5,000 credit translate to $750 as a tax refund, you will get it. That's from the federal government. Why they giving you? Encouraging everybody, each and every Canadian to own the home ownership. Okay. And the next one, the federal government introduced, I believe, I don't have the date today, I didn't mark the date today, I believe it's 2018 beginning, the 5% down payment. If you are putting the 5%, the property you are buying less than 500,000, then the government can match it up another 500,000 through the CMSCH. Through the CMSCH, they are giving you another 5%. The CMSCH name is not going to be the title. Only your name is the title. But at the same time, CMS name is not going to be hidden title. The time you sell the property, the 5% of the increased value, you have to pay back the CMSCH. But now you are getting the opportunity to get the free money, interest-free money from the CMSCH and put it in and buy as a 10% down payment. That's easy to qualify for the mortgage. But at the same time, if you are buying the brand new property from the builder, if you are putting 5%, Government of Canada will give you 10% more. Young couple buying the 400,000, 450,000 condo, amazing advantage. The government will give you another 10% through the CMSCH. This is not the new law. The agent asked me today to explain of the first-time buyer's benefit. I'm explaining this one. The government will give you another 10% down payment. That's mean you are buying with a 15%. 15% mean qualifying rate and everything is going to be much higher. That's one of the benefits that's still available. Talk to the youngsters, even though your own kids, they want to buy it, take advantage of the government benefits, guys, and buy it with the 5% and buy it with the 15% as a down payment. The CMSCS premium is lower and the qualifying rate, mortgage payment, everything lower. The time you sell or time to transfer, pay the money to the government. And the next one, the HST rebate. HST law. HST regulation started 2010 July. The new changes came to the real estate industry. Not real estate industry. Excise Act. They changed the regulation. All the brand new properties need to pay the HST. HST used to be exempted for the residential real estate. And 2010 July, HST regulations came. Every new properties, that's the way the price increased 13%, guys. $1 million worth of house went to 1.1 million 30,000 because of the HST. Even before the PST was there. Anyway, I don't want to misleading you guys, but still, HST regulation came 2010 July, and a few changes they did that time. And after that one, but if they charge HST, they want to give you back some rebate. And that's the way the government and the federal government, they kept the HST rebate portion only up to 400,000. Under the HST, we have two things, GST and PST. The GST portion, they cap it for 400,000 because they are looking for Canada-wide. Toronto and Vancouver is not the countries, Canada-wide, all of the provinces. That's been anything is over 400,000. Under the federal government side, those are luxury you buying it. Toronto, we can buy anything for 400, but like Vancouver, we can buy anything for 400. Montreal, at least we can try something. All three big cities are. And the government of Canada's GST point of view, anything is more than 400, that's luxury. Then they don't want to give you back the rebate. Up to 450, they completely stop. They started from 400. And the federal government, provincial of Ontario is nice. But of the HSC they collect, but of the limit they are giving you back, they will give you back for the 20% or 24,000 HSC you can get back as a rebate. That's one of the rebate for the first time buyers. That's not only first time buyers, can under the first time buyers too. And I'm going to moving fast because my topic is different today. The provincial rebate, the land transfer tax. We all know up to the land transfer tax, $4,000 land transfer tax is a provincial rebate is still available for the first time buyers. That's mean if you are buying the property for $368,000, that's mean free land transfer tax for the provincial side. And the municipal side also the same thing. Land transfer tax, you are getting the rebate as a first time buyer. These are the basic rebate, guys. We can do a full seminar for the first time buyers and different other rebate. Now I am going to go through whatever I posted for you guys. Okay, how are we going to take advantage of the Bank of Canada's interest rate changes? The interest rate changes, we already seen it. Okay, I learned this from the real estate investment trust seminar. My son-in-law has arranged it. I went to the last Thursday with that's give you the idea to teach you guys today. Interest rate changes is not only a negative effect. There is a positive effect for the investment properties. We can make use of it for the investment properties and we can get a good bargain because interest rate is going up. Interest rate going up, the borrowing cost is higher. That means mortgage interest is higher. If the mortgage interest is higher, what will happen? Our net operating income is coming less. I'm talking about the cap rate. For example, investment properties, we are looking for the cap rate. We are looking for the cap rate. Based on the cap rate, we are bargaining the price. Today inflation, before I go to the cap rate, I want to tell you today inflation. Canada side today inflation went up. Canada inflation went up to the month of July is the highest one. The June was the highest one so far in our graph. Went up to 8.1, and after the interest rate changes and everything, July came down to 7.6. We don't have the August inflation rate until now. If anybody, I check it, I didn't get the extra interest rate for August. I already September 10th today, September 9th, September 10th today, but we don't have the August one. But the interest inflation came down. It came down from last 2 months. June was the highest one, 8.1. May 7.7. It came down to 7.6. That's one of the good news for us. They're controlling the inflation side. Anyway, if the inflation is 7.6, if you are an investor, you are buying for the commercial property, what do you look for? Minimum, you look for the cap rate for much with the inflation rate. But it's hard to get the cap rate for 7.6 now. At least you look for the 6% cap rate to buy. Cap rate is equal to net investment income divided by net operating income divided by the value. That's called cap rate. We know that part. In this case, if you don't know, we can have a separate training for the investment properties and the return of investment and the cap rate. But today I already mentioned only for the cap side. Cap rate stand for the commercial properties. There are some exceptions for the rental apartment, but the cap rate is a very basic one. Exception for the sale of business and the rental apartment cap rate. There are some cap rate differences there, but the basic commercial building, we are looking for the cap rate. Cap rate is equal to net operating income divided by the value. What's happening right now? This I learned from our last meeting. Net operating income is coming less now because of the interest rate is going up. How much interest rate went up? 3% went up already because of the Bank of Canada changes. In this case, if somebody want to bargain the commercial property come, we have a good bargain. We don't want to get the cap rate for 2% and 3%. At least we look for 4% cap, 5% cap. In that case, this is the best time to bargain the commercial investment, commercial product. Other thing, we already know the commercial side, work from home strategies. Our generation changed last 2 years after the pandemic. The lifestyle changes for the commercial occupancy for the office building. Compare the office building and retail. Industrial is going higher percentage of the demand. And the second retail is going higher, but office building not that demand anymore because everybody working from home. There's one of the good point I learned the last meeting. One of the labor shortage all over the world right now, not only Canada. Anybody, wherever you go, there's a labor shortage. Labor shortage. Even I heard one of the banker is a personal, my relative. She's 64 years of age. She ready to retire it. She was in the bank for the last 20 years. The bank is calling and asking her, I can give you the increase. Can you come back to work? We need experienced people. And yeah, Canada, anywhere you go, why the labor shortage come all over in the world, everywhere in the world, Australia, New England, Canada, New York, everywhere. But the reason work from home. Canadian, even as you guys know my income tax business is related to the meeting, whatever they talked last Thursday. Canadians, many Canadians are working from home and getting the jobs in US and different countries, Singapore. They're getting the money because why? They're thinking they are working from home. Whoever giving the better pay, job is not secure anymore. They are not a permanent job. Nobody looking for the government. Even though, guys, if I don't want to move my track, the government are advertising lots of jobs, lots of jobs. 1.5 months ago, I was checking for some reason for the Service Canada and the Revenue Canada. Job posting much higher than any other time. Okay, it come back because what they're doing it working from home and they are doing the online job. When they do online job, I believe it's 3 youngsters came to me and consult with the US tax when their company is US and they work in Canada. How can they take advantage of the tax system? But I come back to this one, our real estate industry side. The shortage of labor doesn't mean everybody sitting home. The world is looking for the cheap labor. Even wherever we can get cheaper, they are going for it. Even that's one of the reasons regular labor shortage. Working from home side, they're bringing the importancy and the demand for the office building. The office building came to 3rd level now in the real estate side. Now is the time. Bank of Canada's interest rate hike is a disadvantage for the residential real estate industry, but at the same time, this is an advantage for the commercial industry. Get in the commercial industry. Start to look at more and more commercial clients. And even though you buy yourself and everybody have chunk of money in Canada right now. We all know money, but now money is getting expensive because the Bank of Canada interest rate is going up. But all this time we know everybody have lots of money than supposed to be in our hand. In that case, interest rate hike. We're going to talk about that, how the Bank of Canada changed, but don't worry, that's going to be a negative effect for us. As I said, even Bank of Canada, Parliament also cannot control directly the Bank of Canada because Bank of Canada is an independent entity for the reserve fund. In this case, we are single peoples, regular peoples. We don't want to talk about the interest rate going up. We had to think of a direction. Interest rate is up. How we can take advantage of the interest rate, increase of interest rate. If you start to think that corner, we can lead our business. Then where that's going to affect the commercial industry. Focus the commercial industry, guys. Cap rate, wherever you buy the property, with the cap rate, there's a commercial apartment buildings and commercial industries. Then look for that one. Then the cap rate is lower right now. Then you can get a good bargain for the commercial. Start to focus your mind in the commercial industry. Take advantage of the interest rate hike. Okay, interest rate, everybody you guys know, but still anybody, you don't update your site. I have already 100 members here today. I just like to go through some information of the real interest rate. Anybody can Google it and see the chart. Canada government interest rate target. What is the target for us interest rate? 2% to 2.5%. If the Canada's government interest rate target 2% to 2.5%, what happened? All this many years we was standing in. Many years mean last few years standing it since the pandemic start. Before the pandemic, Bank of Canada's interest rate was 1%. In 2014, this was 1%. 2014 Bank of Canada interest rate 1%. 2016 it came down to 0.5, and 2018 is went back again to 1.8, 1.7%. 1.7% to the 2018 and 1.75, I believe. 1.75 1.75. The pandemic start, the federal government reduced the interest rate to 0.25, almost zero. Even some European countries was zero. Canada brought it down the interest rate to 0.25. The 0.25 interest rate means the buying power for the borrowing cost for the money very cheap. Almost government gave the free money, 0.25 only. That's been the mortgage interest. We know the mortgage interest. I seen some mortgage interest for the variable mortgages, and some companies even 1.4% mortgage. Major banks 1.6 variable rate and 1.8, but some companies was even private companies gave 1.4. That's been borrowing cost was lower. That's the reason the real estate price went up. Unconditionally went up real estate prices. Now interest rate change. Federal government was thinking to change the interest rate last December. We was expected last December 8th, the Bank of Canada sitting. We was expected. And January also we was expected the Bank of Canada going to increase the interest rate based on the all of the factors. But Bank of Canada was waiting until March 2nd. And 0.25 interest rate to change it to 0.5 interest rate on the March 2nd. And another hike came out March 13th, another 0.5%. June 1st, another 0.5%. And immediately big jump came, July 13th, 1%. Now it's coming down again, guys. That's a good news coming down. This time it went up only 0.75. They are sitting in the level of 3.25. What is the advantage we can think here? We want to think in the positive way. Then only we can survive in the world and we can make more money. We are not going to sleep in the room. Now we have the Bank of Canada's interest rate 3.25. Yes, the prediction is there. They might increase another 0.25% this year. Another meetings. They might, but that's also not 100% sure. They might increase this year again, 0.25%. But at the same time, now it's still 3.25%. Then immediately banks in Canada, banks have their own prime rate. That's already always 2% or 2.25% higher than the Canada prime. Bank of Canada's Bank of Canada overnight interest rate means for 3.25 Bank of Canada interest rate means for, that's not for us. That for who? The banks to bank. TD Bank borrow the money from the Royal Bank. Royal Bank borrow the money from the other banks, and they borrow the money from the central bank. That's the money. That's not directly affect for us. Yes, that's a base point. Based on the base point of the Bank of Canada's interest rate, the commercial banks, they're setting up their own prime rate. Commercial banks setting up their own prime rate. That means what is the rate they are getting for 3.25%? And they have a big buildings and a home and so many employees work there and the banks and everything there. They can't give back to the same interest rate. That's why they become volunteers. No, they are setting up their own interest rate. That's called bank prime rate. Immediately when the Bank of Canada increased the prime to 3.25, all the banks, guys, all the banks, not only one bank, all the banks, they increased the prime rate to 5.25, 5.45%. 5.5%. That's mean they are putting their prime target 2.2% up. They already have 2.2% up. What they do at this moment, their discounting rate is very less. Even variable rate, one of the time they gave us their prime minus 1%. Prime minus 1% they gave us for the variable. Now, I checked with the Royal Bank. They are giving only 0.25% discount. That is, when the rate up, immediately they also brought it down the breakdown. They bring it down. The discounting is a very narrow margin. Okay, what we have to think right now, if somebody, okay, for example, I come back to the regular talk and come back to this one. If somebody's lifestyle is high, they are driving the Lamborghini and living in the 12,000 square foot houses, they are the one get affected and come down. If we are having a regular lifestyle, guys, nothing going to happen. Same thing, the Bank of Canada's interest rate is already up. Where are they going to go? Come down. Then it's a good way to talk to the clients right now. Yes, the price is lower because the market changed. Bank of Canada interest rate went up and the Canadian bank's interest rate went up to the 5 years variable. Today's target 5.2%. But you can tell your clients, we are the highest. We don't, nothing much to go. Might go 0.25 this year again. But anyway, we can tell the client, this is the right time to buy the houses and keep the interest rate is lower the period, lower the term, only 1 year term, 6 months term. What will happen? Even the interest rate doesn't come from the bank. I mean, Canadian interest rate, prime overnight interest rate from the Federal Central Bank, even though they keep it the same way 3.25, but they had to bring it down to 2.5. That's a government target. They cannot keep it 3.25. Canadian strategies, the Canada prime is 2% to 2.5%. Inflation is 2% to 2.5%. They want to match the inflation side. In that case, they had to come down to the future. We can guarantee it is come down. Supposed to come down. They cannot keep it. And next year, after mid-June, based on my experience, I'm telling you, I'm only predicting myself. Well, I cannot tell you my thoughts are right, but that's the prediction I have. Next June, definitely Bank of Canada interest rate, they had to bring it down. And the bank discounting is supposed to be from 2.5 to over 1%. We already seen the banks were giving the up to 1.8%, 0.9%, even up to 1% discount rate. That's going to happen again next year middle. If the bank have enough money, they cannot keep the money without lending out. They had to lend out. In that case, they already came up to 5.45 prime and give the variable 5.2%. They cannot keep it. They had to come down. This is the tradition. This is the history. We already seen it. In that case, guys, don't think we are in the wrong market right now. As a realtor, we had to take advantage of every little situation. Then only we can make millions. Then only we can be survive. If we hear the bad news from other people and think the market is going to go down another 10%, 15%, interest rate is up, then who is going to make money? We are the one going to leaders. We are the leaders. We have to tell the clients what to do. I can suggest you 100%. Take your negative. If you have any negativity, out the negativity. Tell them to buy. Use a cap rate to buy for the bigger commercial properties. And you tell them to buy for the properties and keep the mortgage for the short-term mortgage. Short-term mortgage, tell them to keep it and they can wait for the chance and they can lock the mortgage at least. I guarantee right now at around over 100 people listening right now. I guarantee it right now, mark it down today rate and mark it out June, end of June, July 1st and call me Silvana, what is the experience? Okay, I guarantee at least 1% we can bargain. I mean the Royal Bank, I call taking the bank as a Royal Bank. Variable rate, today 5.2 is going to be, I'm writing down to definitely 4.2 or less. But in this case, guys, this is the right market for us. People who waited, even those sellers, when it comes to the seller side, yes, they're going to sell it less, but they're not losing money. The inflated, how many percentage the house has inflated? The paper money inflation is going to come down. They're not losing money. Nobody going to lose the real estate industry unless otherwise, if you don't have money and you borrow the money from 12% interest and buy 3-4 houses. I get the calls from my mortgage industry. I get the MIC corporation. You guys know I running the MIC corporation for last 4 years and going to be next year, so 5 years. And the MIC corporation, I get the private mortgage calls. Some clients call me even last night, referred by one of the senior agent. The client called me. He booked 3 houses, not in Toronto, even outside Toronto. Those people, yes, they gamble it. They want to make money. The same gamble, whatever you gamble, it's not hard-working money. If you think you put a down payment and make more money, yes, those are the people may lose some money. That's not the real estate industry. That's real estate for you buy and leave for the residential people. Commercial people, you buy and rent out and you buy and make money. Investment side. Never going to happen anything, guys. Just to come out and take your negativity and interest rate changes. Come back and work hard and the other thing, guys. The statistics I'm giving you based on the meeting, whatever I heard, those are the one REIT meeting, real estate investment trust. That was opening up my mind after I went to that the meeting. The rental apartment strategies, rental apartment who own. We know the rental apartment, Markham Road. Markham Texas Road, we have a rental apartment. Markham and Eglinton, we have a rental apartment. Wherever you go, you have a rental apartment. Either is owned by Ontario Housing, that's a different strategies. But everything is owned by REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust Companies. Who are the owners? Pension fund department and different people are owning the rental units. But based on that one, I seen some billionaires. They are the one came to the panel and talk. But based on their thoughts, it's not my thoughts. Based on their thoughts, definitely real estate market may go down a little bit and come back again strong for next year end. Okay. Second thing, guys. Second thing, for our side of buying and holding the real estate industry, best time to buy for the commercial, focus the commercial, and other information. Federal government giving the immigration side. I don't see the statistics in the Google. Don't get me wrong. I'm telling you, I'm translating the message. 400,000, 405,000 this year target. I didn't get it in the any information in the government website, but from somebody's talk. Okay, Government of Canada bringing down 405,000 immigrants. New immigrants are coming with money. They're coming with skill. They're coming with everything else. Even one of my friend, he came from Germany. He said he saw so much vehicles, expensive vehicle from Ukraine number plate. Rich peoples are moving out. Rich peoples are getting the chance to go out to different countries. Even Ukraine-Russia war. Who the one first left? The who had money, who had education. Same thing, guys. Canada, the immigration system is very unique system. They are bringing the peoples with money. They are coming. Rich peoples are coming in. Skilled peoples are coming in. What we had to do? We had to go and focus. Where is the immigration department? Where is the immigration lawyers? Immigrants are coming in, standing in which hotel, what they need, and where we can advise, where we can advertise our business. Not only, we don't need to do the fishing in the pond. We had to go to the ocean. Then only we can make money. Sri Lanka, we was fishing in the pond. Norway, Japan, what they did, they went out to the ocean and their first export was the free inventory. They get the fish and they export it. Same thing like that. I'm saying like that. Go out and see where is the immigration lawyers, where is the immigration consultant, which country immigration people are coming in, which hotel they are staying in, where is the temporary residents are. Go and do your marketing over there. Don't do the marketing, knock the door again and again the same place. Go there, go out and do the marketing. They are coming with cash. You can even see, simply you can see, guys, with everybody we have experience in Ajax. Why Ajax went up more? Most of the immigration from our South Indian immigrations peoples came. Sorry to use the country's name. Sometimes that doesn't bring racism, but I'm talking as a information. Our Indian immigration peoples, who are the one bought inflate the price in Ajax area. We all can see that one. Target and do your marketing outside and target the new immigrants who are coming in with the money. They are buyers. We are not building the units in Canada. We are talking and government saying we are going to bring the new units up. How long is going to take the new units come? Immigrants are coming with money. Price supposed to go back again, guys. Buy and hold yourself. Take advantage and real estate agent. Yeah, market might go a little bit down, but if you get a good bargain right now, buy and hold. And your target client is going to be new immigrants. Where are they coming from? Which country they coming from? Do the advertisement, everything. Focus for the new immigrants who are coming in. They are coming in. They don't know the value of Canada values, but they compare the price with New York, London, and Paris, Hong Kong. But Canada price may go up and down. That's an affect too much to you. All right. The second thing, we're going to go with the assignment. I'm going to start with the assignment again. I did many times for the assignment, but the assignment calls, I'm getting crazy for the assignment calls. But even some lawyers doesn't know the changes, whatever happened from April 7th and started effect by the May 7th. Okay, I'm going to go through today.
Hello.
Yeah. Anyone have a question? All right.
Right.
I'm going to go through the assignment. First, I'm going to tell you what are the changes there for the assignment, what are the changes came, what you had to be careful in the assignment side. After that, when I go through the basic, maybe if I go through the basic, some agents, over 100 agents are there. I don't want you to feel like I'm repeating the same thing every day. But assignment side, I'm going to talk few vocabularies for the assignment, and I'm going to tell you guys what are the changes came after May 7, what you need to be careful. The next part, I go reverse version, basic part of the assignment and all other stuff. Okay. When we are using the terminology for the assignment, assigner and assignee, even some agents having some confusion about those words. Assigner, write it down if you want it, please, piece of paper. Original buyer who bought the property from the builder, they become as a seller right now, because original buyer, they're going to assign to somebody else. Assigner means original purchaser from the builder. I'm talking only assignment. Assignment, I am talking only from the builder and the condo only right now. Assignment is not only the brand new properties, resale also we can do the assignment, but I'm not touching that part right now. I'm only going the assignment is a brand new condos or townhouses, somebody buying and assigning to somebody else. Let's make it easier for the experienced agents. Okay. Assigner means original buyer. He wanted to transfer to somebody else. That's called assigner. Assignee, the new purchaser who going to buy the property from the original buyer. Assigner. These are the both terms. Okay. What happened all this time? All this time, Government of Canada's regulation I'm going to go through right now. Government of Canada's regulations and regulation all this time. When this assignment deals, there was lots of gray area. You can buy the assignment to live yourself, or you can buy the assignment to flip it over somebody else or rent it over somebody else. But though that was a different before April 6th Exercise Act amendment. That means before April 7th, it was a gray area. We never talk about that one. The way you getting the assignment of agreement to live yourself or flip it to somebody else as an investment purpose. The Government of Canada is very lenient, gave the opportunity for the assignment, If you buy the condo pipelines take 3 to 4 years time to finish it. Your lifestyle can change. You may get your transfer from Toronto to Vancouver, or else you can get the husband and wife by one person want to change the country, one person got sick, another person change their mind and lose a job. Can be anything. Then Government of Canada wanted to be nice and fair and give the chance to assign from the builder. You are buying it because the condos cannot finish it right away. This takes 4 years, 5 years pipeline. I even seen some condos and the new builders for 7 years time. In that case, they gave the chance for us. If you can afford, if your mind changes, lifestyle changes, you can transfer one to others. That's become as a commercial. Everybody go and book it for the lower down payment, and 2 years time they want to sell it for double. They was demanding the double the money. Then Government of Canada said that was a gray area, whether you buying that one to live yourself or you want to rent it out or transfer to somebody else. The Government of Canada stopped that one from April the 7th. And they said the law came to effect very fast, very fast. Government of Canada's law always come after 1 year, 6 months. But they said within 1 month, because they was desperate to change the law. They said from May 7, any assignment properties you buy from the builder, there's no difference whether you're going to move in or you're going to flip it over or rent it out. The law change. That's been all the assignment. If you are after May 7, you are making the agreement of the amendment of agreement. That's been the original purchaser bought the property for the investment purpose. There is no exception. No exception. Even though you buy it for yourself to assign now, they don't care. Investment purpose. That's the law change. When the law changed as an investment side, it became clear about the tax portion, because you are not a person. You are not a primary buyer to live the particular condo. You are an investor to buy the condo. That's a law change from May 7th and onward. You become as a flipper. You are buying the flipper and you are a business person. Then the government of Canada Exercise Act, the change, the HST clauses change. 100% this came. Whatever the profit you make, for example, you're buying for 500,000 and you are selling for 600,000. That's been assigner making 100,000 profit. That profit is subject to business income as well as subject to HST. Again, I'm going to repeat, guys. Please listen carefully and make a note. As original purchaser, assigner at this moment, he's bought it for 500,000. It's a simple calculation. It's easy for me to tell the math without writing. With 500,000, he bought it for. Now he assigned to the new purchaser, assignee, buying the property for 600,000. We keep this as a targeting example, okay? And the deposit they gave $50,000. That's keep silent right now. In that case, the assigner making the money 100,000. That 100,000 subject to HST. Where are you paying the HST for? If you are buying a new product, you are buying the HST for. The original buyer, assigner, when he bought the property for 500,000, of course, he paid HST. His price is including HST. The rebate portion I don't want to talk about right now to confuse. Assume anything you buy brand new, is subject to HST. Even the peanuts, even the salted peanuts, that's not brand new. Right? Somebody can touch it and it becomes a food product, there's no HST. It's just an example. Any new product you buy, you have to pay for the HST. In this case, assignee buying the product for 600,000. Then the 600,000 subject to HST. The 500,000 already paid HST, already have a contract with HST with the builder. In that case, the 100,000, what happened? Subject to HST. Who is the one going to pay for the HST? According to the law, assigner, he has to pay for the HST. That means that $100,000 assigner is making money, getting the profit. That 100,000 subject to HST including. We can't say, I don't collect the HST. No, that the HST including. For example, simple example I can tell you. Taxi. You are taking the taxi and you are paying the $50 to the taxi guy. You're getting down. That $50 including HST. The taxi guys cannot take the $50 as his own. $6.50. He has to pay for the HST to the government. That's the regulation. Whether he's paying or not different. According to the government of Canada's law. The basic taxi guy. Okay, $50 you're paying the taxi. You just pay. He doesn't give you the receipt as a HST number. But that's $50 including HST. Anything coming including HST. This $100,000 profit of the assignment profit, $100,000 including HST. Then, now we're going to talk about few things now. Who is going to pay the HST? Assigner going to pay for the HST. Here's the tricky part is coming up. Even the lawyers doesn't have much experience, some few lawyers. You have to talk to the lawyer before you give the lawyer to review the agreement. What are you going to do? The assignment of agreement. You have to very carefully look at it for the assignment of agreement, whether you work with the assigner or assignee. Like a commercial, HST included or in addition part. That's an important one. I was reading the lawyers' information today. 5-6 different lawyers' websites. Some lawyers saying assignee is supposed to pay. Assignee. Even one of the major law firm. Then I sent it to my own daughter, Rishani, and talked to her last night before I talked to you guys. That's a lawyer, the very big firm. I don't know why he put it exactly. The assignee need to pay. But the tricky part, as a real estate agent, tricky part, read the agreement carefully. If the agreement saying, assignment of agreement, the HST is in addition. If the HST is in addition, who is someone going to pay? Assignee. The $100,000 worth of HST, assignee need to pay. Who is going to pay? The lawyers responsible. Collect another 13,000 from another 13,000 on top of the 100,000. Another 13,000 from the assignee, and he has to pay directly to the government of Canada. If the assignment of agreement say including the HST is including the price. In that case, first 500,000 already HST paid. Another 100,000 is including HST. That's been $13,000. Maybe a little bit less. 12,000 plus. If I use my own, okay, you can use the calculator. 13 percentage, 113%, then 100,000 divided by 113 into 100. That's been minus 100,000, $11,504. It's $11,504. It's include HST included in the deal. Then assigner need to pay the HST. That 11,500 he is paying. The rest of the money, 88,500 as a business profit. As a business profit, guys. If we are listing the assignment deal, please understand. As a business profit, he has to pay for the government. Under the business profit, based on the regular income tax, based on the regular tax bracket, 30%, 40%, 50%, or 30% plus HS plus the pension. If they don't have any income, everybody has to pay for it. That's been at least I can say 50% go to the tax part. This is the major part, major changes for the assignment. I will repeat one more time and I go through the basic for the assignment. April 7, federal government changes under the assignment came to effect May 7th, 2022. All the assignment are subject to HST. HST for the increasing value. Whatever the price increase has to pay the HST. Who pay the HST is depend. Based on the agreement, if the agreement of assignment say HST included in, assigner need to pay. Assignment of agreement say HST in addition. The increasing portion of the HST on top of 13%, the assignee has to pay to the government the time of the closing the assignment deal closing. The deposit clause is a tricky clause. Deposit part is still how you are drafting the agreement. Deposit already tax assigners money after tax money. But if we are writing the assignment saying that we are reimposing, the good word they're saying that we are reimposing the money back. If we are using the word we are reimposing the deposit back to the assigner, there is no tax part is involved. But if we don't have that one, Canada government can ask. Canada, there's a too tricky part for the taxation. I don't want to get involved. Assume the deposit, you can escape the deposit part, paying the double tax.
Quick question. So the is it already in the contract or is it something we have to put it in the schedule?
Even can you repeat again clearly?
Do we need to put it clearly in the schedule or is it already there in the standard agreement?
It's already not in the standard agreement. Double check because if you are listing the assignment, somebody else going to bring it in. Better to make sure to put in the clause saying that one deposit money reimbursed back to the assigner is a safer side. In that case, deposit not come to effect. In case, not the lawyers not going to worry about that one. All the lawyers understand. In case that particular person go back for the Revenue Canada, pick their file and reviewing the purchase and sale agreement. If the word is there, the deposit money reimbursing back to the assigner wording, then you are safe. The assigner is safe for the deposit. That clause is not there. Make sure you put the clause on, Nathivan.
Okay. And one more question. What do you mean by business profit versus regular profit?
Okay, perfect. It's a very good question. He bring it to the very good timing. Okay, amazing. Okay, for example, in Canada, anything the profit is going to be two kind here. One is a business profit, but other one is a capital gain. For example, even though assignment, you don't hold all the capital. For example, again, I'm picking the thanks, Stephen. It's a good question. You bring in a good time. If you are buying the assignment, 500,000 worth of condo you are buying, you are putting only 50,000 as a deposit, but your capital only 50,000, right? But at the same time, when you're selling it for 600,000, your 500,000 capital is increasing the value 600,000. That $100,000 became as a capital gain rather than, even though you put the capital only 50,000, they don't ask how much capital you put. They all this time they went for the real value. That's Revenue Canada gave the exception for each Canadian only one time. The very first time if you do any assignment, The assignment profit went to capital gain if you hold the agreement more than 12 months. Even though you don't hold the capital 500,000, all the capital 500,000, increased value 100,000 became as a capital gain. That was a great advantage everybody took. Now they are under the Revenue Canada exercise tax regulation and tax regulation that assignment, all the assignment are business motive. That means what are the profit you're getting it even. For example, 100,000 profit you are getting it. That 100,000, to say that 100,000 pure without HST, that 100,000 you have to report as a business gain. That means they are the product is become like as a, you can take the grocery store an example. Grocery store, the grocery store man buying the rice bag from the wholesaler $10 and sell it to $12. They making $2 profit. Same thing, the assignment now, it's an inventory. It's not coming as a capital product. It's an inventory, as a real estate inventory. You are buying it and you are holding it and you are selling it to somebody else. That's the way the government count. That's mean that profit 100,000 increased value as a straightforward business profit. If it is a business profit, two kind of tax you're going to pay. Based on the income level, you are a Canada tax is a progressive tax. We all know that part. What are the taxes there? And in some cases, if your income is over 220,000, you pay the very high tax bracket, 52% tax, maybe. I can say even the maximum, say 45% tax bracket. Your income supposed to show the full profit, plus in case somebody's income is lower, if you are showing the business profit, other than the pension limit say 64,000 pension limit, the person, assignment person, the income is only 30,000 this year. That means he has to pay the Canada pension for the money you receive from the assignment sales. I don't want to confuse everybody. The question he asked is a valid question. That's the reason I explained, guys, based on my tax knowledge. Okay, but the difference between the capital gain and the business gain. Now, after May 7th, everything going as a business gain. Full, you have to show as a whatever the profit. Assigner has to show all the profit. Understand?
Thank you.
Anybody have any question? Come out and ask me. Thanks, Stephen. Again, it's a very good topic. You bring the very good time.
I have another question, Savannah. So
Sure.
how does it work? Like if the agreement from the builder, we did it like earlier than the May 7th, but the assignment agreement, if it's done later than that, are we still like
They are looking for when did you buy the property is not in effect right now. When you are drafting the assignment of agreement after May 7th or before May 7th, that's the one
Okay.
is coming to the deal right now.
Okay.
Even though we are drafting the agreement, for example, May the 1st, CRA is looking to take the audit on those kind of files. The CRA, as far CRA is the government of Canada. I'm in the public side of talking. I had to be very careful using the word. I heard they hired so many people to looking after the real estate industry and especially assignment, and the next one is the pandemic loans. Anyway, assignment, if I am the CRA officer, definitely I pick everything from April 6th to May 7th, whoever dropped the assignment, because that can be backdated assignments. Okay. Anyway, according to the law, whenever you buy the property, it doesn't matter. What purpose you buy the property doesn't matter. Everything written off. Everything is wiped out. Now, assignment are considering as a flipping the properties. After May 7th, anybody drafting the agreement is going to be subject to HST as well as business gain. Okay, I'm going to go through some more details on the assignment and go through the basic after that. This is a general question everybody asks. When it's come to the assignment, I already mark it out. Inside the information for the assignment transaction, HST reporting to CRA, and the mortgage qualification. Under the mortgage qualification, even I believe, guys, last week, 2 agents called me about the assignment side. But they are senior agents. Okay. The question is here. Assignee, okay, I'm still picking the same example. Buy the original buyer bought the property 500,000. They assign to somebody else as an assignee buying for 600,000. 600,000 is the price for the assignee. How much he can get the mortgage for? Okay, there are tricky parties here. When it's come to the assignment, is going to be 3 closings we are looking for. 3 closing we are looking for. One occupancy closing depends on who is the one holding the property at that time, before assignment or after assignment. Second thing, assignment closing. We had to have an assignment closing. We cannot keep the assignment closing with the final closing. That's going to be entire different ball game. The final closing is going to be assignment closing. Then assignment closing is there. The time of the assignment closing, assignee need to pay to the assigner. Again, the word 500,000, 50,000 deposit, selling it for 600,000. This assignee buying it for 600,000. Then he has to pay to the assigner 150,000, 50,000 deposit and plus $100,000 for the profit. After that one, assignee have the agreement for 600,000 assignment of agreement. But still, he is taking over the original contract for 500,000. Then the question is here, which one you using for the mortgage purpose? Your assignment of agreement 600,000 or the original agreement, amendment agreement, and you assign the agreement from the original builder. Most of the bank, as from my experience, nothing is 100%, nothing is 0, nothing is 100%. Most of the banks are looking for the original purchase of agreement and the assignment agreement as a support. The value they are looking for, even though the value went up 100,000, 200,000, doesn't matter. The banks are looking for original purchase price. That means your assignee already paid $150,000 to transfer the deed, 50,000 deposit to get the paperwork for 500,000. His real paperwork, original agreement from the builder, 500,000. From that 500,000, you have to get the mortgage. How many percentage you putting it? If you are a working class T4 class person with the bank, 20%, or else you're going to go with the CMACH less percentage, or else you are a self-employed real estate agent, but 25% down payment. And another case is sometimes 35% down payment. Everything based on the original builder's price, not the assignment price. That's many banks and many situations. There are some cases I've seen too. There are some banks allow for the new assignment price, as well as they do the appraisal, because after occupancy they do the appraisal. Some B lenders did that one. That's the exceptions. But the basic they had to follow by the original purchase price. Okay, guys. Anybody have an assignment question? Ask me.
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so which bank will give financing on the new assignment price? Which bank?
I can't commit those one. I seen it somewhere in the private B lenders. The agents did that one. I cannot. Mostly 99% of the banks are going for the original purchase price. Yeah, I don't want to say this one. The bank there.
Okay, so one question I have is, so would you agree that, for example, if somebody buys a property for 400,000, right? And
finding the property for the assignment 400,000.
Yeah, for example,
Okay.
let's say somebody buys a property for 400,000 a few years ago, right? Right now they want
few years
700,000.
ago he bought it 400,000 from the builder.
Yes, correct. Assignment condo, okay? Now,
okay. Listen. I want to make it clear because 100 people are listening. Okay, so you said 400,000 from the builder, original buyer bought it 400,000 from the builder.
Original buyer, correct? Yes, original buyer bought it for 400,000. Okay, so right now they want to sell it for 700,000. Okay,
300,000 more. Okay,
exactly. So the question is, so the person who bought it for 400,000, they obviously paid the builder 20%. They paid 20% to the builder. Okay, so the person who's going to be selling the assignment, okay, the assigner, who's going to be selling it to the assignee, the new person going to buy it. So that person has to pay the 20% plus the $300,000 in profit. Is that correct?
Perfect. You are right. 20% down payment. They say 400,000. You said that's been 20%, 80,000. 80,000. Yeah. We assume already $80,000 paid by the assigner. Original purchase.
Paid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now their assignment of agreement 700,000. That's been increased value 300,000. plus 80,000, 380,000. Assignee need to pay for the assigner and get transfer the original agreement from the builder to builder, from the assigner's name to assignee's name.
So the question is, so this is going to be a tough transaction for any person who's doing an assignment, because now the buyer has to come up with $380,000 versus if he was to buy it, resale at 700, he could go with 10% or 20% down payment, right?
Perfectly right. Yes.
Okay, got it. So and there's no A lender that would do give financing on the assignment.
No, I don't see any lenders want to give. What they had to
Yeah.
do, you had to buy it from the 400,000 value, 400,000 value original price. After few months, you can go for refinance. When you go for refinance, they say that they may say the appraiser and the appraised value. For example, 700,000 appraised value come in. Under the 700,000 appraised value, you can go up to 80% of the 700,000, $560,000 as a refinancing category.
I understand. Okay, thank you.
The very first time they are not going to give you. They, as for my knowledge, most of the major banks go for the original builder's value.
Thank you for the information.
All right. Anybody have any question before I go to the basics?
Good morning, Salwan. Yes, from I have a little confusion or question because from your example, 500,000 from the builder's price, and then he sold it for assignee or the new buyer 600,000. That 100,000 difference.
Yeah.
You said either the business profit income or that
100,000. 100,000. If the 100,000 is including the HST, assigner has to pay $11,505, I believe. So 11,500 HST portion, divide by 113 and multiply by the 13. Okay, that I think 11,500 I calculated before. Has to pay to the HST department directly the time of the assignment closing, and the rest of the profit is 88,500. That's when going as a business profit to CRA during the personal tax time.
Yeah, that business personal thing, can we give some kind of expenses? Can we show
100%.
some
Okay. Yes. You can show the expenses. That the expenses can be the soft cost. We use the word. That's a good question, Mohan, you're asking.
Yeah.
Yes,
thank you.
It's always there. The soft cost you can show it. That's one allow for the non-residents of Canada.
Yes.
Sorry. So all the residents of Canada. If it's a non-resident, he has to pay for the capital business gain and get back. If you're a residents of Canada, you can say how much money you paid for the commission for the salesperson, and the time you buy the property, what other costs is incurred, and you can put the cost, and in order to make this money, how much money you spend. Business expenses. What are the expenses you paid in order to make that $88,000 income? Yes, you can deduct that one, and the rest of the money you can show. You had to have the receipt if the CRA come for the audit.
Okay. Thank you so much. I have a
very good question. Very good question. Good times. Good questions are coming in today. Very good question.
Saba, I just want to add one more question to his last question. Okay, so for example, 88,500 is a business profit, correct? On this example that we use right now. So let's say I have an income of example $50,000. Okay, so then when I'm doing my personal tax, so would I add the 88,500 to my $50,000 income and then get taxed on that? Is that how I pay the tax on this assignment profit?
Yes, but what happened here in our Canadian tax system called progressive tax system, they are giving us without saying the real chart. I'm telling you guys, provincial government have a limit 13,000, federal government have a limit 13,000. Little bit up or down. Okay, different provinces have a different limit. That's mean say first $13,000 is a tax free. From the 13,000 to coming as a 32,000 bracket, 68,000 bracket, 120,000 bracket to up to 220,000. It's a progressive, different income makers going to pay the different bracket of the tax. For example, your question, if your income is only $50,000, say you are in the first bracket person, you are paying around 30% tax system. You're just getting the tax system, a rough tax system, combining of the provincial and the federal government, 30% tax bracket. Yes, your tax you have to pay from the 30% to 88%. That means you are moving from 50,000 to 82,000, 88,000 in one bracket, and the rest of the money other bracket. Yes, you have 88,000 going to be on top of your personal income. Based on the tax bracket, if you don't make any money, zero money, the first 10,000 free, and up to 88,000, just zero bracket and one bracket. And if you are 50,000 income maker, yes, two brackets from second bracket and third bracket. The question, I hope you understand.
Yeah, I got it. I understand.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Now there is another advanced part of this assignment side. If anybody want to listen, only get in your head. If you don't understand, that's fine. The rebate portion. The beginners of the rebate portion, when you buy the assignment condo, other than the flippers, whether you buy it or you're renting it, the same percentage of the HST in a different way. Either builder do the HST rebate application, or the even the purchaser do the assignment. Purchaser do the application. Depends on the type. And if it is come to assignment, the builder losing the power. Builder is another word. Builder is losing the power to fill out the HST rebate portion. That means, if the property is an assignment property, each and every assignment property, the assignee has to pay, whether he's going to live or he's going to rent, doesn't matter. He's going to pay for the HST in advance on the builder's purchase price. Builder's purchase price, not for the assignee's price. Builder's purchase price, and he has to fill out the rebate application. But there are some arguments come here. HST is including the price right now. Why the assigner or assignee paying for the HST? Then after assignment, HST rebate application, we are going under the fair market value category. There is another advanced level of the rebate portion is there. I'm not going to touch that part to confuse anybody, but just an information I'm giving you. Whoever already has some knowledge about the HST part, they can keep that in their mind. Okay, I'm going to go to the basic right now. I have 15 minutes time. Basic for the assignment side. Whoever doesn't understand this part, that is the difference between the regular transaction versus assignment sale. Assignment. Okay, for example, regular transaction, we are making the purchase sale agreement. Assignment transaction mean either you have a purchase sale agreement from the builder, or our form 100 or form commercial form 500 or whatever. Still we can do the assignment. For example, even the regular residential properties, you can buy it and assign to somebody else if you have the assignment clause and both parties sign. Both parties mean the agreement, two parties are involved assignment, buyer and the seller. Brokerages, broker record or nothing. The buyer and seller is an assignment agreement of agreement parties. If they are allowed, you can assign to somebody else. For example, you are buying the commercial unit. You are putting the words, I need to assign this to who? As a corporation. That's one of the assignment too. And builders is the one, developers and builders is the one make higher income of money, but they're doing it. They're buying the land and they're putting the closing is going to be 1 year after. And they're saying within the time they find somebody, they assign to the other person. That's been assignment not only for the brand new properties, guys. Assignment is existing forever and ever. What is the difference between assigning the assignment and the buying and selling? Assignment of agreement, only you selling the contract. It's a major one, but you need to understand. Assignment agreement, you are not transferring the tangible property. You are not, tangible property means is a fixed asset. The asset is not moving, only the agreement moving. Understand what I mean? That's the difference between the regular property and assignment of agreement. Regular property, the property you are giving the good faith money is a deposit, or the good faith money signing under seal and everything, and you are saying the house or commercial or land transfer from one person to other person. That's a regular transaction. Assignment transaction, you are having a contract and you are selling the contract. It's a fake. That means no tangible assets are moving from one person to other person. This is coming under the this is clearly coming under the contract law. Clearly coming under the contract law. Terminologies, I said again, assigner is an original purchaser, assignee is a new purchaser. Listing the assignment. Guys, if you want to list the assignment carefully, what do you have to do? The party of the transaction is the builder and the original purchaser. If the original purchaser call you and say, I want to put the listing, you can't jump in and say, okay, I can do it. No, both parties suppose agreement because there's no property. The regular property you want to list. The owner is the one calling you, you go and list. The assignment, they want to do it. Who is the party? Builder is one party and your purchaser is another party. You cannot say if somebody call, I bought a condo last year, I want to assign today. You cannot say, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. You are very hungry to make money. That's not going to happen. Then what you have to do that, you have to understand to get the permission from both parties, guys. Please understand both parties. I get this call and very hard to explain our members. You have to understand the assignment of agreement. There's no properties is involved, only the contract between the builder and the original purchaser. In that case, we have to get the consent from the builder. We have a cases here. Without consent from the builder, they cancel the complete agreement. That's mean one of our agent listed and the client lost over 500 to 700,000. Lost because they said you break the agreement. There's no valid agreement. Then even the deposit, they sue for the deposit and got back the deposit with a very hard way. Assignment of agreement. Both parties need to agree. And please understand that one. You have to understand, your buyer is calling you. You have an agreement. They already paid $30,000, $50,000 deposit. Doesn't mean they are the owners. They are not the owners. They are only having the agreement. You cannot list without the consent, written consent from the builder. Some people say after the occupancy, they are putting the lease. Then can I list? Wrong answer. After the occupancy, what rights you have? The tenant rights. You are moving the property as a tenant rights and paying the occupancy cost. If the occupancy checks bounce, they kick out from the building. Agreement, they can cancel it. You don't own the property. Understand? Until the final closing, you don't own the property. Who own the property? Builder own the property. What is the purpose of the process of the listing? The process of the listing is important. If you want to list the property, get the written permission, consent from the builder, not the verbal. After that, get the letter from your original buyer, have the agreement. Whatever happening, he's the one responsible. Market price to anything between the builder. Okay. After that one, check in the system. If anybody else listing, get the permission and listing it. Very carefully handle that one. Otherwise, your buyer, assigner, completely lose the contract. When you can list the property after the permission from the builder. The builder give the permission, after the builder's permission, only you can list the property. You must get the approval from the builder with the written consent. Okay, guys, and going forward a little bit, how much is the assignment fees? That's a good question. How much is the assignment fees? The assignment fees, sometimes the condo builders might say the first time free assignment because the condo builders are looking for the investors. Then the investors going to keep the I have a question coming in the Zoom message. Oh, that's not related to the topic. Okay, guys. The builders might say $2,500 to $5,000 assignment fees. Who is going to pay for it? Negotiation. Depend the negotiation, assigner or assignee. Most of the time, as assigner pay the assignment fees, but it's not limited to 5,000. I even seen some builders ask $50,000 to $100,000 for the assignment, guys. Believe me, I'm not making up the stories. As a broker of record, I'm managing the 650 agents. I how many calls and how many paperworks I seen. Even $50,000 to $100,000 assignment fees. Some builders ask. Just one of the agent, he left from our office right now. He paid $120,000 to one of the builder located in 14th Avenue and Havelock, the corner, the townhouses, price went up, he paid, I don't want to use the name of the agent as well as the builders. That's because I'm in the publics now. He paid 120,000, I believe, to the builder because a small builder. He said, "You're going to make 400,000. Why not me?" Then they paid 120,000. Then he allowed the permission to be listed in the property under the MLS, and assignment fees alone over 100,000. But don't think assignment fees is going to be restricted to only $5,000. All right. What else? Okay, the closing cost for the assignee. Guys, careful. Most of our community, I can say the word community, because they're comparing between the downtown community as well as the Markham and Scarborough community. When they buy it, they don't go to the lawyers. They don't go to the lawyers and pay the money to review the purchase sale agreement. Many of them know. Even what happened, one of the deal, guys, I don't want to use the name and say that one. Kana and Vivision's clans. He bought the condo and they went to the review with Rishani. After the review with Rishani, he kept the occupancy cost to $15,000 maximum. And she was closing around 5-6 transactions from the same building. Occupancy cost went up to development charges. Development charges even went up to $60,000. Somebody kept it, only $15,000. Who kept it? They had to go to the lawyers and send the letter to cap it. Many of our buyers and our agents think they don't want to pay the lawyers to review the brand new application. They're keeping the brand new application very carefully in the lockers rather than reviewing it. If you don't review it, you don't know. If you don't review it, you don't know, and you are assigning to somebody else. The poor assignee going to buy it. There's another guy who are buying from the assignment. I feel like they have a little bit, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, they're paying extra money and buying it, but they don't even know. Again, they don't review the original agreement. Development charges capped or not capped, you don't know. Education levy capped or not capped, you don't know. And what happened? Assignment of agreement, assignee already paid huge lump sum money to the original purchaser. He doesn't pay the land transfer tax or anything. He make the profit and go. And assignee, the time closing the transaction, say same example, 500,000 to 600,000. The 600,000, the closing cost is going to be very high. They can at least, I can say, another $20,000 for the development charges, education levy, hookup charges for the meters. I can name it, so many things, guys. Please educate yourself and educate your clients before they buy the assignment. I'm not discouraging. Government is the one discouraging because of they want the home ownership is become as every individual in Canada, they had to buy and live there rather than the flipping side. But when you are working with the assigner or assignee, protect the assigner from the HST and as a real estate salesperson, assigner from the HST and the capital gain, sorry, not capital gain anymore, the business profit. If you are working with the assignee, check the system and pay who is paying the HST. Resident or non-resident selling the property, check that one. And the development charges, please check it out with the lawyers. Go to the lawyers who can read English and go to the lawyers who have a knowledge about the pre-construction, reading with the materials rather than closing the transaction, and pay the money to the lawyers and do the work. For me, mostly we are ending the part. We have another 5 minutes to 11 o'clock. If you have anything for the assignment side or any other question you want to ask me. I don't see the chat box today because I'm very busy with talking. And you see the chat box. I see in some 7 messages in the chat box. Sometimes it's a general, sometimes it's okay. There's a question. Let me see, guys.
Hello, Selvana. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I have a question. Sometime I got from the flippers resale house assignment. We always talk about the new house assignment. Is there anything you can explain a little bit?
Yes, definitely. It's a good question. I don't see your name. It's a good question. Okay.
Prabha, I'm Prabha, Selvana.
Okay. The resale houses is possible when the time resale houses you said, then mean for Form 100. When you make the Form 100, if you put a clause saying that one, you're getting the permission for the assignment as a permission. If you get the permission for the assignment, you are buying the property. After you buy the property, you can assign. That's supposed to be the permission, and the seller has to agree. Seller has to agree to give you the permission. You buying for 600. Now, not today's market. Today's market is a downwards market. The market is going upwards. Okay, you buying for 600 and you can able to sell it for 650. Yes, you are selling it again. The purchase agreement 100. That has to approve by the seller and the buyer. You have to put a clause saying that one you have the rights to assign to somebody else. Or if you want to list the property again, you have to put the agreement to list the property, resell back to market again. Something like that, you have to put it in writing to buy the contract. Is under the contractual law. As long as the contractual law, you put it in the writing, yes, you can assign back to the new buyer.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Very good questions today. The question
Salman,
here, one person sent around 9:33. I couldn't see your video. I was seeing myself. I don't know, but that's an old message. Second thing, who pay for the HST? Assigner or assigning? Okay, Ronald. As I said, who pay for the HST? How you write in the contract? If you write in the contract, HST is included. Assigner pay for the HST. That profit, 100,000 profit, including the HST. Your assigner's lawyer get the HST and pay to the Kannada Revenue Agency. And in addition to, if it is in addition to, after you finish assignment, you have a 30 days time. Revenue Kannada giving 30 days time. And within 30 days time, your lawyer has to pay to the, because you are not an HST holder. In that case, lawyer has to pay to the CRA within 30 days. And if it is a assigner is a non-resident, whatever the wording is there, assignee going to pay for the HST to the government of Canada. That's an answer. And the next question, which bank give you financing for the assignment deals? I don't want to involve that part. The profit margin are so high. And would anyone buy via assignment? Yes, the assignments are going up and down. If your profit margin is high, why you want to buy it? The assigner, he have money. That's the reason he is buying it for some reason. If he is a bargainer, wait and go for the resale property. That's what government of Canada looking for. They are looking for double land transfer tax and everything. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't support. Don't think I'm against assignments. Not like that. But if somebody want to make money, they have to pay for the money. The profit. The next question. Example. Sorry, guys. Something came out.
quick question, Salman, actually an observation.
Okay, Delano, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so last year, just towards the summer of last year, the beginning of summer of last year, I actually bought a property for my client, and this was within the first year after construction. And
okay.
We bought the property, and everything went well, and we closed the transaction on time. And 3 months after that, we got a letter from the builder asking us to pay the HST. And
you said, Delano, I don't understand the question. You said you booked the last year, 2021 middle. You booked the you bought it, or you booked it from the builder?
No, sir. We bought it from the person who had originally bought it from the builder.
Oh, that's been you made the assignment deal, and you are representing the assignee, and you guys bought the assignment of agreement. All right.
No, sir. Assignment wasn't involved because the property had already closed with the buyer, with the original buyer.
Closed the original buyer.
Yeah.
And you bought it as a resale.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we bought it within the first just after 2 months after they had closed with the buyer, and the builder came back and contacted my buyer and said, you have to pay the HST because so and so and so. And so obviously my buyer contacted me, and the builder also called me directly. And I said, okay, this property was not supposed to be sold within a year, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, look, our lawyer did the title search. Everything is clear. Please deal with the lawyer. If there's anything else, you have to deal with your own client, because we are not your client.
Yeah.
We did not buy from you. So we have no agreement with you. And if you want to even look at the agreement of purchase and sale, please deal with the lawyer on that side. And they actually reported that original buyer to the CRA. I heard about that too.
Okay. Thanks, Delano. Thanks for the valid point, Delano. But in my part, with this kind of situation, we have to look at few things. How many days the client, the original buyer kept the property. Sometimes what happened, there are two things happen sometimes, Delano. he says rather than the assignment of agreement, it's not an assignment, but deed transfer. Sometimes your clients buy the property and the original clan, and this closing become the same day closing. The original purchaser may not pay the land transfer tax or HST and bypass it from the 3 lawyers to the new clan. Is still the original one is the one responsible to pay for it. The builder's side on the land registry system, the original buyer's name not going to appear in the land registry system. There's one of the situation come under the deed transfer. It's happened. The father buy their name and transfer the daughter's name, and these kind of things also happen. But your inputs is very important. Whatever advice you gave is a valid advice, because your clan is not the builder's clan. Your client is a separate client. In that case, he is not responsible for the HST part. Second thing, Delano, there is another chances the original client, if a non-resident bypassing all this category, the non-resident person selling the property not to pay the taxes, the person who owned the unit, they bypass the HST to the person who owned the unit. There's a tricky if it is a non-resident. But as far the information, limited information we have, your answer was a great answer, man. And thank you bring this point to this meeting today. That's it for today, guys. Okay, please send me what you want you to teach. Otherwise, I had to pick the real estate industry. What is a purchase and sale agreement, and what is how do you organize yourself, how to run the real estate like a business, and I had to go for the basic ones. If you want to teach anything special, please send me the email or send text to Kanna or call Kannan and inform him. He's the one guiding me for the meetings now. Which topics we pick it and call him, or just call me directly and inform me. Then we can make use of this time, everybody's time. Always I feel like today's guys are not showing off. Even though I know this one for years and years, I know the tax part and everything. I came after 8 o'clock and I prepared 2 hours. I don't want any, what are the changes I had to give you up to date. And today morning I was here around 8 o'clock. And Kannan came here at 8 o'clock, and we collect all the information, interest rate changes and everything. And plus the feedback from the REIT meeting and everything, I bring it down because I feel like today I saw it 108 members came to the meeting. That's mean my 1 hour translated to 108 hours. I want to make use of it. Please send me the good topics, whatever you want to learn, important to everyone. See you next Saturday, guys. Go and sell houses. Good weather, enjoy, as well as think the market is good. As I said, interest rate up doesn't going to bring us down. More immigrants are coming in. Target the immigrants. Send the commercial. I'm going to summarize this one. The market is good. Market is not going to go down. Market, even though market go down, take advantage. Buy, hold, and sell it. That's what they said for the REIT meeting. The REIT started 91. For the market went down. They bought the apartment buildings, everything for the half a price. And after 96, it went up double. They all made money. Market is go down. If the market go down, you feel it. Take advantage and capitalize the market. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye.
Rrsp Ride Sharing Company ARASA.ca என்ற இணையதளத்துக்கு சென்று Rrsp Drivers app-னை டவுன்லோட் செய்து டிரைவர்ஸாக வேலை வாய்ப்பை பெறுங்கள். மாதாந்தம் $4,000 வரை சம்பாதியுங்கள். வணிக நிறுவனங்கள் Rrsp இணையதளத்தின் மூலம் மளிகை பொருட்கள் மற்றும் உணவுப் பொருட்களை விற்பதோடு வாடிக்கையாளர்களுக்கு டெலிவரி செய்யலாம். தமிழில் தகவல்களை அறியாளையுங்கள். GTA பற்றி 40 ஆண்டுகள் அறிந்து கொண்டவரும் வீடு விற்பனை துறை ஊடாக மக்களால் அறியப்பட்டவருமான சிவா பிள்ளை 416-854-0005. Taxi broker licensed by City of Toronto.